Hi, and welcome back to another car conversation. Happy Saturday, you guys. Y'all know my drill on Saturdays. I strive to do as little as possible because I've had times where my weekends were absolutely packed, especially Saturday, with stuff to do, getting up early, running errands, going here, there, and everywhere else. Nowadays, I try to do as little as possible. I saw a meme, and it had a picture of Kermit the Frog laying across the bed with his arm over his head like this, and he said, I plan on moving just enough today so that people will know that I'm still alive. And I ain't gonna lie, sometimes, some Saturdays, that's exactly how I feel, because I just don't feel like doing a whole bunch of ripping and running. Now, my other half and I, we will go and have breakfast on Saturday mornings, most times, and then we may run a few errands, but I'm usually back in the house at least by 1 o'clock, and that's where I will be for the rest of the day, just because I don't have time to be ripping and running the streets. So anyway, today's topic of conversation is nothing great comes from quitting. Let me say that for the people in the back that didn't hear what I said. I said nothing. I didn't say a few things. I didn't say some things. I didn't say most things. I said nothing great comes from quitting. And so, number one, when you quit, you carry baggage. Did you all know that? When you quit, you carry baggage. See, you have a piece of luggage, and on that luggage, it's labeled baggage. And inside that piece of luggage, it's everything that you've quit in your life, be it relationships, be it jobs, be it opportunities, be it a business venture, a business idea, anything that you thought about and you started to do it, but then you said, nah, forget it, I'm not going to do this. All of that lives inside that piece of luggage. So you create baggage. And when you create baggage with you well into your future, and you wonder, what if? I don't know about you all, but I have never been one to want to walk around wondering, what if? And I know y'all tired of hearing it, but I have to say this, just like that video where Les Brown says that the man is on his deathbed, and standing around him are all the opportunities, all the gifts that God had given him that he didn't use. And they're saying, because you didn't follow through and act on us, we now have to die with you. Don't get to a point in life when you get older and you look back on your younger years and you go, wow, what if I had done this? What if I had done that? What if I had traveled here? What if I had traveled there? What if I had given that relationship an opportunity? And I'm human. I am human. So I do have times where I look back and go, wow, what if I had done things a little differently? What if I had, done this, that, or the other? I do have my moments where I've done that. And then I say, Michelle, stop doing that. You didn't act on it because at that time it just wasn't the right time for that thing. Because I don't want you walking around here worrying about what if. Number two, you become less productive. Whenever you quit, you become less productive. And you may not think that you do, but I promise you that you do. You become less and less productive because it's so easy for you to just quit and give up on things. So you go, well, hey, why even get motivated to do anything when I can quit and life will still go on? And you get less and less productive, and you have less and less a desire to want to go out and do anything different. Number three, you will associate giving up and or quitting with failure. Because to be honest with you, when you give up and you quit on things, you failed yourself. So you didn't fail me. And if I give up, I'm not failing you. I failed myself. So when you decide to give up and quit, you failed yourself. And what I don't want you all doing is walking around looking at yourself in the mirror going, wow, I'm a failure because I should have stuck with this. Especially, I'm going to tell you when it's even worse is when you decide you were going to do something and you decide to quit because it got too hard and you didn't want to invest any more time and energy into that project. But then somebody over there, they stuck with the script and they moved forward on that project. And as of right now, I mean, they are millionaires or well on their way to becoming a millionaire. And you sit back and go, dag, what if I hadn't given up? What if I had stuck with it? I could be where they are right now. I'm just saying. Number four, you will get in the habit of quitting and or giving up on more stuff. See, when you quit on this one thing right here, it was so easy to do that guess what? Something else comes up, you're going to quit this. And each time you decide to quit, it gets easier and easier. I promise you. Been down that road, so I know that for a fact. Every time you quit and or give up on something, it becomes so much easier to do it again and again and again. And you will find that you'll get to the end of your life and you'll look back and you'll have this long trail of things that you quit on. Or you'll have that luggage that I talked about with all of the stuff that you quit and decided not to follow through on. And I don't want that to be any of you. So stop quitting. Number 5, it will affect your reputation. You don't want to be known as, oh yeah, that's Michelle. You know, she always quits on stuff. So if I was you, I wouldn't even bother going into no business venture with her. Or that's Kevin. Kevin gives up on everything. So don't get into no business venture with him, because all he's going to do is get frustrated and quit. That will mess up your reputation just like that, because you'll be known as a quitter. And people will say, you know, I would love to do this project with this person, but you know, they don't have a good track record of following through. So let me find somebody else. Number 6, you will never know what could have been. If you give up and you quit on stuff, you'll never know what it could have been, because the opportunity will have passed. And once that moment is gone, you can't get it back. It's just like whatever I said 2 minutes ago. That window of opportunity is gone. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with, you'll never know what could have been, what you could have become if you constantly give up on stuff. And then here's your bonus. You lose feeling in yourself. I'm not quite sure why I wrote that down, but you do. You start, or maybe I meant faith. I'm not sure. But you start to lose that feeling, that desire to want to do stuff within yourself, because you're always quitting. And your mind, somewhere in the back of your mind, it starts to say, now, why even start that? Because you know you're not going to follow through. So why even start that? Let that go. Let somebody else take that on. And I don't want any of you all to end up at that point. Let me do a quick recap, and I promise I'm going to let you be. So today we talked about nothing great comes from quitting. And number 1, I said, when you quit, you carry baggage. And I know some of you all have some very nice luggage, but I don't think you want to drag that around all the time. And you have a lot of baggage with you well into your future, and you wonder about if, and I'm going to air quote, if I had stuck with that project, where would I be right now? If I had given that relationship a chance, where would we be right now? It's a whole lot of ifs, y'all. 2 little words, but they can be so powerful. Number 2, you become less productive. The more you start to quit, the easier it becomes, and you're less motivated to want to be productive. Number 3, you will associate giving up and quitting with failure. Now, I believe that anytime you try something, if it doesn't work out, you are never a failure. Don't you ever call yourself that. And more important, don't you ever come around me and say that you're a failure, because you're not. You gave it 100%. It didn't work out. It's all right. Do you think Walt Disney considered himself a failure every time he submitted his plan for his park idea to people and they laughed at him and thought he was a nut job? No, he didn't think he was a failure. He just kept on going. And he kept on trying, and finally somebody said, you know what, we're going to give you a chance, because that sounds like a great idea. And look at where Disney is right now. Even in his grave, his estate is still making money hand over fist, because people love going to Disney. And I know the price of tickets have gone up, because what are they, about $50 now, probably $60? They're quite expensive. And it all came because this one man had a plan to do something great, and he didn't give up every time somebody told him no. Number 4, you will get in the habit of quitting and or giving up on more stuff. So you quit on small things like this little small bottle of lotion. You quit on this, and so you get a bottle of lotion that's just a little bit bigger than that. Maybe it's about that long. You quit on that, and it gets bigger and bigger, and you just keep quitting. Why? Because it gets easier and easier to quit. Number 5, it will affect your reputation. People will start to kind of, they'll do this. Well, I don't know if I want to work with that person, because they have a habit of not following through. I'm not wasting my time with them. Sorry. And you may be a great person, but you've established a reputation of quitting. And so nobody wants to work with you, because they don't want to get halfway to the home stretch and you say, oh, this ain't working, it's too much, I give up. And you're like, yeah, but I can see home base right there. Why are you quitting? Because it didn't work out exactly the way you wanted to. It's all right. Sometimes in life you're going to have to take a detour, but you stick with it. You don't give up. And number 6, I said you will never know what could have been. If every time you quit, you'll never know what could have been. And then, like I said, you'll end up at the end of your life, or you're laying in that hospital bed, or you're laying in your bed at home, and you're well up in age, and your mind starts to wander, and you think, wow, you know what? In my youth, I had a chance to do ABC or XYZ, and I didn't do it. What if I had stuck with that idea? And now your poor family's just struggling to make it by. But if you had stuck with that idea, you would have had a ton of money coming in all these years that your family could have been well off. Y'all, that's all I have. That's all I have. I just want to encourage you today. Please stop quitting. It's going to be hard. Nobody said it was ever going to be easy. And I believe that those individuals that have truly achieved their goals, they stuck with it. Did it get hard for them? Yes, it did. It got hard for them, but they refused to give up. They said, okay, I hit a wall here, but that's all right, because I'm going to figure out how to go around it. And I'm going to try it again. And it went on for a while, and then things got a little rough, and they got knocked down again, but they got up, brushed themselves off, and they kept right on going. So stop quitting, you guys. That's all I have. Thank you so much to my newest subscribers. Thank you so much to those of you that continue to support me and all that I do. I love each and every one of you to the moon and back. Y'all know the drill. There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing at all, because I'm going to love you no matter what. I'm going to love you when nobody else even likes you. And if you ever need somebody to talk to you because you feel like quitting, come, give me a ring. Well, you may not gonna say give me a ring, but reach out. Go to my website. My contact information is in the description box. You can always send me an email, and I will definitely respond to your email. If we're friends on Facebook, you can send me an inbox message. If we're friends on Instagram, you can inbox me there as well. Because what I don't believe is allowing people to just give up on themselves. Let me tell you this real quick, and I promise I'm gonna let you be. I was talking to my nephew, and he was having kind of a rough time, and he wanted to give up on some things. And I said, nephew, no, you're not. I know it doesn't look like things are gonna go in your favor right now, but you will not give up. You will not. You are stronger than that. You are bigger than that. Get back out there and do the things that you love. So the things you want on a grander scale aren't coming to pass for you right now, but that's all right. You keep doing what you were doing on this level, because I promise you this is coming, but you got to kind of work your way up. You see what I'm saying? And he says, Auntie, I'm so glad I talked to you. Thank you so much for encouraging me. And I'm going to leave his YouTube channel in the description box, because he's a very talented young man. Very, very talented young man. He's a man of God, loves the Lord, and I know that because he's a member of my church. But he's a very talented young man, and I see great things for him in his future. So his name is Akeem, and I'm going to leave his information in the description box. Please be sure to check out his channel. And I think that's about it. That's about it. Yeah, that's about it. So thank you guys. I love you so much. We'll talk again in the next video.